I would say like make sure there's some sort of a way that people in your community can scream at the top of their lungs to let other people know about this community, right?
Yeah.
And then do more things that you can show that visually. So I don't know if you do retreats yet, but I
No.
would definitely for you see if you can plan some sort of a retreat
Yeah. We
where
actually have one of our members that like runs really amazing luxury retreats, and she's been
Mhm,
dying. She's like, we need to do like a wellness getaway. Everybody
mhm.
come, but it'll be like Ami style, like you said. Like we're definitely gonna have alcohol there.
Yeah,
We're,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
gonna
oh,
be
yeah.
like
Oh, I
fun.
love that.
You want to come?
Because like people think of retreat as like what I said, right? Like it's gonna be
Right.
vegan, no
Yeah.
coffee, like
Yeah.
no cell phones, like
No. Yeah.
so. Oh, I love that. So yeah, like do something like that because what happens is when you're there, let's say even
Hmm.
if you don't make money in your first retreat, right? When you're there and the community is there together and they spend a few days together and you guys truly become friends, right? Once they go back home, like something magic is gonna happen where they try to not now everybody sees that and they're gonna be like, hey, well, and then next retreat you do it gets a little bit bigger, and it's also like just having visually like having those pictures, like you guys having an amazing time, really
Yeah.
like getting together, having fun, having those photos on social media because they're gonna start posting it too. It's gonna be
Yeah.
like people. It's gonna make people go like, "Oh, what is that?" Like, "Oh, that looks fun." You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
had a friend who, or I have a friend who, he leads a pretty big, what's that? What's that like? Uh, multi-level marketing. Um, it's like the supplement thing. I forgot. It's like a pretty popular.
Beachbody or
Yeah, it's like from Beachbody, but I forgot what it's called.
oh,
It's like
Shakeology, like the shakes.
something like that, but
Yeah.
it's yeah, I forgot what it's called. I can't come up with it. It's like the biggest one,
Uh-huh.
and so he's in that, and he leads like a pretty big group. So he has like 150 leaders in his, I guess, under his network. And
Hmm.
every week or every month or something like that, they do these events where they get together and and then he posts the photos. And I don't even know what they're doing, right? I don't know what they're selling. I don't but whenever I see those pictures, I'm like, oh wow, that looks fun. Like that, it just makes you want to be part of it when you have a community like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
something like that, and then just 100% focus on like making sure that so not losing the roots, right? In the beginning, you said it's the checking in, the daily
Hmm.
check-ins,
Yeah.
and you somehow allowing people. So one of the things that you might want to think about doing is, because your membership is pretty low cost, and at even if you raise that price from there, I think it's still going to be considered low cost in your community, in your industry, right? So
Yeah.
what's going to happen is when you do that, like you said, somebody who plans a retreat, like there's going to be people within your community that wants to volunteer, and they want to like they're going to start to step up and lead certain things, right? And you
Right.
have to like completely allow that to happen, so that you know, like if somebody's like for me, I'm so grateful for our like 30 small group leaders because I don't have to go in and do all of that
Yeah.
myself, right? Like they're the ones that are like in the beginning, I was the one that was pumping off all the energy, like in Sunday service and things like that. But
Hmm.
that's at a certain point that's not scalable, right? Of course, there's
Right.
going to be a few group of people, but when the small group leaders are also out there, just like welcoming people and things like that, then the community really grows. So
Yeah.
and
No, we
and
have
in the
some of
long
our like
run,
OGs.
what's that?
We have some like OGs that have been with us like literally since the like WhatsApp groups. They
Yeah,
still
yeah,
haven't left, and they like
yeah,
need it and they feed off of it. And I
yeah,
feel like those are like those type of people really help keep the community alive.
yeah. I mean, I think we're in a very similar place, and like I'm still figuring this out as I go, right?
Yeah.
Because I've number one, yes, I've done marketing for my clients and stuff like that, but what I'm trying to do is very different from what they do, right? Because what they're selling is they're selling high ticket courses, They're
Right.
selling like these high ticket programs and things like that, and I know how to sell all those things. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm actually like trying to build a community, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna take time. So for you, it's gonna be the same thing. I think build communities, continue to put out content. And what's gonna be most important for you is to put out content that's your personality, not
Yeah.
necessarily like a beautiful photo or like some, some like wise quote or something like that.
Yeah.
But something that shows your personality, like what you said about like, oh, like I needed that, or like what you
Yeah.
said about like I'm I'm not a healthy person. So if you have a story around that, right?